One of the great philosophers said, nothing endures but change. Charles Darwin said, the most responsive to change will survive in the competition. Even business organizations, if they did not manage to change, they will lose the possibility to survive in the competition. Do you know, because of poor change management, only 60% of the project objectives were achieved? According to philosophy consultants, from a survey they have done in 2009 with 575 participants from 65 countries around the world, it was evident that because of poor effectiveness of change management, only 50% of project objectives are met. And having an excellent effectiveness in change management program, it can achieve 95% of project objectives. Considering these aspects, our group focused on the topic leadership and organizational change in the context of IT.
This presentation starts from the research scope, methodology, achieving objective, and conclusion. Research scope. The research topic area focuses on two aspects: leadership, organizational change in the IT context. The research carries four research objectives. Objective 1, to explore the relationship among the three aspects of the leadership and change management, namely leadership style, change management process, and IT change process. Objective 2, leadership styles currently in practice. Objective 3, examine the factors of a successful IT change implementation process and how to improve the effectiveness of the change process. Finally, the fourth objective is to develop a model related to the most appropriate leadership and IT change management process. Methodology. This research uses three approaches. Literature. One is the literature from which these three types of frameworks to develop interview protocols and qualitative analysis. Second is case study method, which we have conducted in the interviews were conducted for 9 leading Sri Lankan organizations which had undergone IT change. Fascination and explanation trading as used as data analysis techniques. From the quick survey, we identified the relationship between the leadership and the IT-driven change. There was a case study. We explored the relationship among three aspects identified: leadership style, in practice, and success factors of IT change process, and how to improve effectiveness. Finally, from these we developed a model where the most appropriate leadership style for effective IT change management process. Case study method. Our quick survey, we arrived to the conclusion for analyzing these case studies, we arrived to conclusion 2. And finally, we conducted an appraisal process to arrive at final conclusion.
Achieving Objective 1, exploring the relationship between key aspects. Professor John T. Kotter has made the following statement regarding change. In an age of turbulence, when you handle this reality well, you win. Handle it poorly, and it can drive you crazy, cost a great deal of money, and cause a lot of pain. Also, he has stated, as the pace of change accelerates, there is naturally a greater need for effective leadership. Professor Daniel Goalman has made the following statement regarding leadership. The best leaders don't know just one style of leadership. They are skilled at several and have the flexibility to switch between styles framework. Considering these past research work we gathered from literature survey, we arrived to the research framework where it proposes that while conducting a change management process should run inside EIP process, and that leadership styles will have a direct effect on the effectiveness of the process. 3 models are adapted to the research framework for the real-world case scenario analysis purpose. As for leadership styles, Goalman's 6 leadership styles model was used. For the IT process, IT diffusion model of Cooper and Zmud was used. And for the change management process, the 8-step change model of Kotter was used. Research model. Adopting the model to the research framework, we found that at the initiation stage of IT change process, the first 4 stages of Kotter's model should be used. And in the second stage, the next 3 should be used. And for the final stage, the last step of change management process should be used. Also, it was evident that leadership styles will affect the overall IT change process. From the case studies, we wanted to find what will be the most appropriate leadership styles for these leadership styles, and what are the most critical stages from these stages. Therefore, by identifying the research framework, we achieved Objective 1.
In Objective 2, leadership styles currently in practice. From the literature survey, as for the leadership styles model, we adopted Goalman's 6 leadership style model, which has qualitative style, authoritative style, affiliative style, democratic, self-setting, and coaching style. This model is adapted because it is based on emotional intelligence and intelligence and provides criteria for assessing. And also it is based on recent studies which involve random samples 3,871 executives worldwide and widely accepted model. From the case finding on leadership, from the 9 cases it was evident that 9 cases out of 9 have used affiliative leadership style. 6 out of 9 use democratic and authoritative leadership style. 4 out of 9 use coaching style. Self-setting also used by only 2 organizations and none of them use coaching style. And they did not stick to one leadership style but have used minimum 2 or more. Therefore, as for the leadership styles currently in practice, we identified 5 leadership styles which are affiliative, authoritative, democratic, coaching, and self-setting. If we consider the priority of this style, we found that affiliative leadership has given higher priority. Authoritative democratic medium, coaching low, and self-setting very low. Therefore, by identifying the leadership styles currently in practice, we achieved Objective 2.
Achieving Objective 3, which is determining factors affecting success of IT change implementation process and factors to improve effectiveness of change process. These are the case study findings showing the 9 cases that we analyzed. Most of them didn't have any formal change management process except case B, which is a multinational organization, and they have been practicing change management for more than 30 years now. The organization, most of these organizations have become successful in their change management process according to their judgment, and finding the answers of how they became successful in their change without formal change management process. We found that unconsciously some of them have followed similar stages to the Kotter's model. We identified by matching the characteristics of these states. From the Kotter's model, most of the organizations have considered about steps 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and they have given high priority to those stages, and 2, 3, 5 stages were given medium priority. Considering the stages they follow, they have put more focus on these stages, such as communicating the vision, consolidate improvement, and produce still more change, anchor the new approaches in culture, and ensure that everyone understands that the new behaviors lead to corporate success, look for and advertise short-term visible improvement, creation of change agency among organizations, assembling a powerful group of people who can work together to guide the situation, and they have put this focus on these two stages, which is empower others to have a vision and building a vision to guide the change. This is the snapshot of the case study findings. As for the factors to improve the change process, IT professionals have identified several factors to improve the effectiveness. These are proper leadership and use of appropriate leadership style, proper structure and culture that supports change. Therefore, the third objective is achieved by our study.
Achieving objective 4. Develop a model, most appropriate leadership and IT change management process. From the case study finding, it is evident that these case organizations commonly use 3 leadership styles, namely affiliative, authoritative and democratic, which are people-oriented leadership styles. And from the organizations who used Kotter style did not become fully successful in their implementations. The reasons for adopting people-oriented leadership styles can be recent as all organizations faced people resistance due to lack of change-supportive culture, lack of people focus in change management approach. And they wanted to avoid people resistance by having a change-supportive culture. The solution was to focus on recreating their culture. And how did they recreate their culture? By adopting people-oriented leadership styles during the change. Therefore, developing the model as for the most appropriate leadership and managing the IT change process, we identified people-focused leadership styles, authoritative, affiliative, democratic as the most appropriate leadership styles for the IT change management process. And these highlighted stages are the most critical stages to be focused during the IT change management process. And it is suggested that it is more appropriate to use authoritative at the first stage, affiliative at the middle stage, and democratic at the latter stage of IT change management process. Therefore, by developing the model, achieving objective 4 was fulfilled. Finally, as for the conclusion, this research has found that when dealing with IT-driven organizational change, if organizations focused on adopting people-oriented leadership styles with a people-focused change management process, along with the IT implementation process, it can make the IT-driven organizational change a success. And to improve effectiveness of the change, IT change management process, organizations should focus on proper leadership and leadership style, and having a change supportive culture, and having a proper structure. These are the research outcomes